We have seen corporates investing in sports in different ways, including club sponsorships and scholarships. KCB Bank is among them, with a track record spanning over the years. But what value is there in investing in sports? Earlier today, I spoke to KCB on this. We're now joined by Peter Mutuguta, who's the Regional Service Quality and Compliance Manager at KCB Group, that is for the Great Rift region. Thank you for joining us on this interview. And just, on the back of the Berlin Marathon and in this engagement that we've had, we've seen KCB playing a pretty significant role in regards to sports. So before we even get, burrow down into the athletics dynamic, why is it important to invest in sports, as a corporate especially?
Okay, for KCB, we believe there is immense potential, sporting potential in the country. And we believe that we have a responsibility, we have a strong social conviction that we have a responsibility to develop that potential. And this is also in line with our broad purpose of For People for Better. So we find it important to invest and to open the doors of opportunity to that talent, to develop that talent, and to ensure that no talent is wasted. And this especially through the communities where we operate.
Okay, so what value have you gotten as KCB when it comes to investing in sports? So what benefits have you drawn from that?
If you look at the investment we have made, you will find that there are very many sportsmen that have managed to go to international standards, and that is an immense benefit to KCB, not necessarily in terms of the financial benefit we get, but for us, we are happy when we find that we were able to identify a talent, and those talents, or we were able to give a talented individual a chance to showcase their talent, and they are able to showcase that talent and develop it and even compete in international levels. That is a major benefit for us.
For you as a brand, what does that do? Because the thinking that, like KCB, your primary business is banking, and some may not see a correlation, a direct one at least, between banking and supporting sports persons.
There may not be a direct benefit that anybody can see or say that is our core mandate. But as I said, we have a strong social conviction that for the communities where we operate, then we should be able to be a good corporate citizen, identify the talents that are in those markets, and be able to develop them. When you look at, just looking at the returns, because I know most investments, people want to see the returns that the company is getting. But it is not just a return. When you are a corporate citizen, you also need to ensure that in that market you are in, then you are able to pick the talents in that market, develop them, and ensure that no talent is lost. So it is more in terms of our social responsibility as a corporate citizen.
All right. So we've talked about investing in sports here and there. Let's put some figures to this, just so that we can get the context. How much has KCB invested in sports?
KCB has made major investments in sport. In the last 2 decades, we have invested over 2.3 billion. And this has been in various disciplines. We have done motorsports, we have done chess, we have done rugby, we have done volleyball, football, motorsport, athletics. Yeah, so there are quite a number of areas where we have participated and made a lot of investment in.
Okay, and we have seen, like you've mentioned, there are investments in football, rugby, golf, chess, name it. And now we are seeing KCB seeming to now be getting into the space of athletics. Is that the next big thing in terms of for the company in terms of investing in sports?
Okay, just to take you back a little bit, we maybe we have not been very visible, but we have made a lot of investment also in athletics. if you look at like this region, we have invested in various athletics activities. We have done the second edition of Iten International Marathon. We have done Shemususu Half Marathon. We have done Roborosat Marathon, among many others. So we have made a lot of investment in athletics also. But going forward, we will always be present when we all and partner with like-minded organizations and other partners to ensure that we are able to pick to have those athletics events and be present in any major athletic event that is geared toward giving our people an opportunity or a platform to showcase their talents.
Something that's interesting that happens is we see these young athletes, for instance, or not only the young, but generally athletes who will get into some space of success, right? And you have mentioned that, you do this as a social responsibility. So when these guys get into success and begin to encounter some, sometimes huge amounts of money, which they're probably not used to, there's a potential of that money not being best utilized. Do you, as an organization then, support in terms of just some kind of financial literacy or otherwise for these athletes so that they're also more equipped to be able to also now be responsible with whatever resources they get?
Yeah, we usually do that, and one of the things that we do when we do these financial literacy sessions, and we usually visit even the training camps where these young athletes train to give them that financial literacy kind of education, and also give them financial solutions, because we believe that if you are able to start saving at an early age, then even when you get the big monies, then you will have that financial discipline. Because sometimes that when we lack that financial discipline, that is when you will find maybe people are misusing their winnings. But we try to ensure that on top of the financial literacy, we also introduce that saving culture, so that you open your saving account, you save whatever little you have, so that by the time you are getting to the big monies, then you have that financial discipline.
Okay. And just on a side note, you're manager in this region.
Yes.
This region that has all these athletes. Are you yourself in any sport?
I usually participate in some, like Chemususu. I did the 5-kilometer race, but not so active. But previously, I used to do 10,000 meters. Was not a perfect athlete, but I tried.
And you finished?
Yes, I finished.
That in itself, I think, is an achievement. If you're able to do, that's 10 kilometers.
Yeah, I used to do the 10 kilometers, both the race and the walk.
Okay, good. Thank you very much for speaking to us. That is Peter Mutuguta, who is the Regional Service Quality and Compliance Manager at KCB Bank Group, and this is the Great Rift region. That is the area where he oversees, and that has been a conversation about investment in sports.